the rabbit, the squirrel, and the injured dog. Hello, little friends. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about the importance of friendship and helping one another. Slowly close your eyes, rest your head on your soft pillow, and let your imagination bring the story to life. Now, let's begin. Once upon a time, in the depths of a lush green forest, there lived a curious and cheerful rabbit. Every morning, the rabbit would wake up early, hop through the dew-covered grass, and explore the forest. Exploring the forest was its favorite thing to do, because every day brought a new discovery. One day, the rabbit ventured farther than ever before. It hopped and played under the shadows of the tall trees, having so much fun that it didn't notice how far it had wandered. When it finally looked around, it realized it was in a place it didn't recognize. "Oh no, which way is home?" thought the rabbit, standing still with its long ears perked up. It was lost. Feeling a bit scared, it sat by the trunk of a tree and tried to figure out what to do next. Just then, a sound came from above. A squirrel, who had been watching the rabbit from high in the branches, noticed its worried expression. Curious, the squirrel climbed down and approached the rabbit. "Hello there. Why are you sitting here all by yourself? Is something wrong?" asked the squirrel. The rabbit, a little embarrassed, replied, "I was playing in the forest, but now I've lost my way. I don't know how to get back home." The squirrel smiled warmly. "Don't worry. I know this forest like the back of my paw. I can help you find your way." The rabbit felt a wave of relief and thanked the squirrel. The two set off together. The squirrel hopped from branch to branch while the rabbit followed along, hopping on the forest path below. As they walked, the squirrel shared stories about its adventures in the forest. The rabbit listened closely, its earlier fear melting away with each step. Suddenly, they both heard a faint whimper coming from the bushes. They stopped in their tracks and looked toward the sound. Carefully peeking through the leaves, they saw a dog lying on the ground. Its paw was injured and it couldn't stand. "What happened to it? Can we help?" asked the rabbit, feeling concerned. The squirrel examined the dog carefully. "I think it has a thorn stuck in its paw, but don't worry, we can help," said the squirrel confidently. The squirrel picked up a small stick from the ground and gently examined the paw. The rabbit stayed close to the dog, softly stroking its head to keep it calm. After a few moments, the squirrel managed to pull out the thorn. The dog let out a deep sigh of relief and wagged its tail happily. It barked softly, as if to say, "Thank you so much." "There's no need to thank us," said the squirrel, smiling. "In this forest, we look out for one another." The rabbit added, "Now that you're feeling better, why don't you join us? We can walk together." The dog's tail wagged even faster, and it eagerly agreed. The three of them continued on their way together. The rabbit followed the path the squirrel showed, while the dog cheerfully trotted along beside them. By now, none of them felt alone because they had each other. As they walked, they played games, enjoyed the fresh scent of the forest, and chatted with the other animals they met along the way. When the rabbit finally saw its home, it was filled with happiness. Not only had it found its way, but it had also made two wonderful friends. From that day on, the rabbit, the squirrel, and the dog became an inseparable team. They met every day, went on new adventures, and always supported one another. And so, their friendship became one of the forest's most beautiful stories. Now, dear little friends, close your eyes And maybe tonight you'll dream of walking through the forest with these lovely friends. Sweet dreams.